A spring in medieval France has been pumping out 82 gallons of water every single second for centuries. Multiple divers have gone looking for where it comes from. Not all of them came back. A hill in Australia has been on fire underground for 6,000 years, and no one knows what started it. And under the North Sea right now, scientists have just mapped enormous buried structures doing something that physics says flat out cannot happen. These are 10 impossible geological formations that science still can't fully explain. Let's get into it. In our number 10 spot today, the Nastapoka Arc, right here in Hudson Bay, Canada. So kind of our problem as Canadians. Look at a satellite map, and the southeastern shoreline of the bay forms a near-perfect semicircle about 450 kilometers across. The only natural process that reliably creates a curve that geometrically precise is a catastrophic asteroid impact. Scientists did propose exactly that theory, then mostly walked it back. But the replacement explanations still don't fully account for why this arc is so unnaturally clean. Origin? Still debated. A curve this perfect just shouldn't exist. Number 9. Dallol, Ethiopia. Hot springs reaching 109 degrees Celsius with a pH near 0, one of the most chemically hostile environments on Earth's surface. The question scientists have been legitimately fighting over for years is, does anything actually live in the most extreme pools? One research team goes in, finds microbial life, the next team goes back, says, no, nothing's there. Unresolved. They're using Dallol right now to find the exact point where life stops being chemically possible, because that answer shapes what instruments we send to search for life on Mars, for example. This boiling acid pit is apparently our best alien life template. Cool, cool, cool. Number 8. East Haddam, Connecticut. It's been producing mysterious underground booming and cracking sounds since at least the 1600s. The Wingen people who've lived there centuries before Europeans showed up named the area Machimotus, meaning place of bad noises. Geologists found a constant cluster of tiny earthquakes happening underground. Here's the issue. Those quakes are way too small to produce sounds this loud. You need a significantly bigger seismic event to explain the volume people report. Scientists still can't confirm the source. For centuries of people complaining about this, maybe just move, I think. At number 7, in the town of Tonnerre, France, there's a spring that's been producing an enormous and continuous volume of cold water for as long as records exist. Around 82 gallons per second to push up through a circular pool ringed by a medieval stone washhouse built in the 1200s. The source has never been found. In 2019, a diver named Pierre-Eric Dezenio went 370 meters into the underwater cave system, further than anyone before him, and still didn't reach the bottom or find where the water comes from. He turned back. Multiple divers before him didn't come back at all. The local medieval legend says a giant serpent lives at the bottom, and that's why no one can find the end. I'm not saying the serpent's real, just saying no one's proved it isn't. Upper Black Eddy, Pennsylvania. A field of boulders that ring like bronze bells when struck. All of them. In 1890, a band leader named J.J. Ott brought an actual brass band into the field and performed a full concert using only the rocks as instruments. They're diabase, a completely ordinary igneous rock, but identical diabase boulders found just outside the field, they're completely silent when hit. Geologists think it has something to do with built-up internal stress in the rock, but why only this specific field rings and nowhere else is still unconfirmed. Singing rocks in Pennsylvania. Sure. There's a hill in New South Wales, Australia that's been silently on fire underground for approximately 6,000 years, making it the oldest known underground coal fire on Earth. When the first European geologist arrived to investigate in 1829, he assumed he'd found a volcano. He hadn't. It's a coal seam ignited so long ago that it was already burning when the Egyptian pyramids were being built. Fire moves about 1 meter per year southward through the seam. The ground directly above it is scorched and barren, hot to the touch, with smoke occasionally rising from cracks in the surface. How it originally ignited? Lightning spontaneous combustion. Something else is genuinely unknown. It's currently a protected nature reserve. Australia just said, you know what? Let's leave the eternal fire alone. At number 4, in the middle of a Caribbean rainforest in Dominica, sits the second largest boiling lake in the world. The water at the edges runs between 82 and 92 degrees Celsius. The center is too steam-covered to even measure. Scientists believe it's a flooded fumarole, a crack in the Earth's crust filled with rainwater, sitting directly over a volcanic system. Here's the part that's not explained. This lake has completely disappeared more than once. In 1880, it vanished after a nearby steam explosion and left only a hot steaming hole. It came back. In 1901, it nearly emptied again. It came back. In 2004, it partially drained with no warning. Scientists can't predict when it will drain, what triggers the event, or where the water goes when the lake is gone. A lake that keeps disappearing over a volcanic system. No one knows why. I'm fine. Everything's fine. Number 3, in the remote wilderness of Siberia, is a conical mound about 35 meters high, 80 meters across, made entirely of broken and upturned limestone blocks. It looks like a giant eagle's nest dropped in the middle of the forest. Local Yakut people called it the Fire Eagle's Nest for generations and refused to go near it. When Russian geologist Vadim Kolpakov first documented it in 1949, he had no idea what he was looking at. Tree ring analysis of the surrounding forest suggests it formed somewhere in the last 250 to 500 years. It was not there before then, and suddenly it was. It is said that a geologist who set out to study it in 2005 died of a heart attack before even reaching it. The trees surrounding it have abnormal growth rings. Something disturbed their development. Not a confirmed meteorite crater, not a confirmed volcano, not a confirmed gas explosion. A structure that appeared in the middle of the Siberian forest sometime in the last few centuries, and no one knows why, which is obviously completely fine and normal. Beneath the Central African Republic sits the largest known magnetic anomaly on Earth. It throws compasses off across an area hundreds of kilometers wide. It's been mapped from space. 3 competing theories: a massive iron ore deposit buried deep underground, an ancient asteroid impact that left a metallic mass behind, or dense mantle material that pushed unusually close to the surface. None of those 3 theories has been confirmed. Something enormous is buried under Central Africa and is actively distorting Earth's magnetic field. We genuinely do not know what it is. And in our number 1 spot today, a discovery from 2025 that broke a basic law of geology. Under the North Sea, a peer-reviewed study mapped enormous buried structures where heavy, younger sand physically sank down into older, lighter sediment. That's backwards. Denser material does not sink into less dense material on its own. Geology has a rule about this. It's kind of a foundational rule. Scientists named these Sinkites, an entirely new geological category that didn't exist before this paper. They cover roughly 19,000 square miles under the seafloor. The exact mechanism that created them is still being worked out. The floor of the North Sea is doing something that geology says can't happen. Those were 10 geological formations that science hasn't fully cracked. Let me know in the comments which one got to you the most. For me, it's Fosse Dionne. I'm not going anywhere near that water. That has been the video. I will catch you, yes, you specifically, in the next one.